Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Kelly and Mark Official and new video. I hope everyone is well and having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. When you have spent decades getting up with America every morning, people begin to feel as though they know you. I find that to be one of the aspects of my profession that I enjoy the most. However, this also implies that whenever somebody even makes a passing reference to my future, it is reported in the media. In light of the fact that a great number of you have inquired about it, enable me to state unequivocally and truthfully that I will not be leaving Live in the near future. I understand the reasons why the rumors are spreading. Television is forever evolving. Individuals evolve, shows evolve, and audiences develop a new level of interest. This show, on the other hand, has never been merely a job for me. My home, my creative environment, and the area where I connect with people on a daily basis who have continued to grow alongside me over the years are all contained within this space. I also don't see myself giving up something that brings me so much joy in the future when I think about the future. Through the years, I've realized that it's a necessary aspect of the work to make educated predictions. When you've been in the same location for a lot of time, people have the impression that you're about to leave. They believe you are so exhausted that you want to do something else. I must confess that I continue to look forward to going to the studio each and every day. That minuscule spark is still present in my mind even before the cameras begin rolling. That sensation has not changed, and as long as it continues to exist, I am confident that I am at the proper place. I am fortunate to have a work that enables me to connect with people in a manner that is really authentic. When I was hosting live, it always felt like I was talking to millions of friends first thing in the morning. We share stories about our everyday lives, we laugh together, and we even shed tears together on occasion. When it comes to breaking that kind of bond, it doesn't take much. Over time, it becomes more powerful. One of the reasons I don't see myself leaving in the near future is because of precisely this. Naturally, I am thinking about what comes after this. If anyone claims that they don't, it's quite likely that they are lying. I give some thought to what lies ahead, what new opportunities may present themselves, and how I would like to shape the subsequent phase of my professional life. However, just because you are considering the future does not mean that you are required to make preparations to depart. Simply put, it means maintaining my passion for what I do while remaining open to personal development. It's a widespread misconception that if you've been doing something for a long time, you must be tired with it. Believe me when I say that live television is not boring in any way. Each day is one of a kind. The next thing we know, we're talking about parenting, relationships, or the simple things that make life interesting. 1 minute, we're talking to a famous person, and the next, we're talking about relationships. Because of the absence of predictability, I am able to continue. My ability to think of new things is aided by it. My interest is maintained by it. People are also curious about whether or not I feel the need to move on from hosting because I have been doing it for such a long time. To tell you the truth, I don't see it on that level. I am pleased with the length of time that I have spent working in this industry. It is an indication that others have faith in you. They would like for you to visit them. Additionally, I do not take that matter lightly at all. Since I was a kid, I've always believed that if you still have a passion for what you do and are capable of giving it your all, you shouldn't quit simply because some time has passed. In addition to that, there is the incredible crew that collaborates behind the scenes. All of the people who put in a lot of effort each day to make the show happen, including the producers, writers, crew, and everyone else. Together, we have created something that is unique. The idea of leaving a place of employment where you are surrounded by people who motivate and assist you is difficult to contemplate. It has the charm of a house. In addition, you're not going to abandon your family for no apparent reason. A further reason that I continue to be inspired is that the program itself has evolved over the course of time. Our state of being is always evolving. For the purpose of reaching out to individuals, we are constantly coming up with new ways to do so. By utilizing social media, additional features, and new topics, we ensure that the show remains current and engaging for our audience. I am able to persevere because of the ongoing transformation. It brings to mind that despite all these years, there is still a great deal more that we are capable of accomplishing. People are concerned that they will turn on their televisions at some point in the future and find that I am not present. It is clear to me. The prospect of change might be unsettling. On the other hand, I want people to be aware that if I ever make the decision to leave, it won't come out of nowhere. Nothing will be kept a secret. Because you have been traveling with me on this voyage, I have always believed that it is essential to maintain an open relationship with the audience. You are deserving of what is true, not of surprises. To this day, I am still extremely content with the work that I am doing. Even now, I can't get enough of the thrill of watching live television. Every day, I still look forward to being on the air because of the conversations, the humor, and even the unexpected things that happen. During those times, I am reminded of the reasons I began in the first place. I am reminded of the reasons why I am still here by them. However, this does not imply that I do not enjoy other things. I am indeed. My favorite things to do are to experiment with new creative ideas, to spend time with my family, and to look for methods to enhance both myself and my employment. These kinds of hobbies, however, do not interfere with my work on the show in any way. They complement it quite well. The fact that they keep me interested and curious about the world around me is what makes them a better host than I would be otherwise. Equally significant is the concept of consistency. In this world that seems to be moving at a faster pace and becoming less predictable, it can be comforting to see a face that is familiar to you on television every morning. That the show is a part of their everyday lives is something that I hear from people on a regular basis. Some individuals have been observing for a considerable amount of time. It was something that some people watched with their parents, and now they watch it with their children. Strong continuity can be seen here. I feel a sense of pride in being a part of it. Some people have a tendency to forget that being on camera is not the only factor that contributes to the success of a show like this. It is important to acquaint yourself with your audience. Creating an environment in which people may feel at ease and have a good time is the goal. Being there each and every day and giving it your best effort is the key. I am not prepared to give up that responsibility, since it is one that I take very seriously. I am aware of the origin of the rumors that are circulating about leaving when I hear them. I must, however, make it quite apparent that I am. I have no intention of leaving. It is not the case that I am secretly preparing to go. I am present, I am with you, and I am still looking forward to each and every moment of this vacation. And if that ever occurs, I will be able to tell when it is time for me to leave. In addition, I will let everyone know about it when that day finally arrives. Nevertheless, that day is not today. For the time being, I am concentrating on developing myself, establishing connections, and delivering a little bit of happiness to people all throughout the country. All throughout my life, I have held the belief that the most satisfying careers are those that are founded on honesty and passion. It is not necessary to leave as long as those things are still present in the location. That zeal is still very much alive within me, and I continue to have it. Each and every time I take my place on that stage, I am grateful. I am thankful for the opportunity, thankful for the individuals who came to see me, and thankful for the opportunity to create something that I am passionate about. I would like to provide an honest response to everyone who has been following my progress, showing their support, and asking about my future intentions. I am not going away. Not at this time. At this very now, I am doing just what it is that I want to be doing, and I am where I want to be. In the event that this continues to be the case, I will continue to return each morning, eager to spend yet another day with each and every one of you. Throughout the years, I have had the privilege of sitting across from guests, turning to the camera, and greeting millions of people in their kitchens, living rooms, and even on their phones. I have found this to be an extremely rewarding experience. And along with that kind of consistency comes a question that seems to come up every once in a while. How long do I anticipate that I will continue to go in this manner? I will respond to the question in a straightforward manner using my own words. My want to be here is the reason I am still here. It is not because I am required to host Live or because it is something that I do on a regular basis that I do so. Not only does it keep me on my toes, but it also provides me with energy and enables me to interact with other people in a manner that appears to be genuine. I can see why you might be that way. People are frequently curious about the lifespan of television. People have the misconception that an individual who has been working at the same employment for an extended period of time is seeking for a way out of their current position. They inquire as to whether or not I am worn out. They want to know if I am prepared to move on to the next stage of my life. The extent to which my job is always evolving, as well as the degree to which I am evolving alongside it, escapes their notice. My motivation comes from something that is fairly straightforward: the reality that live television is always evolving. Every day brings something new. Over the course of one morning, we were making light of a situation that had occurred behind the scenes. In the following segment, we are going to have a serious conversation with a guest on a topic that is quite important. What keeps me on my toes is the constant shift that occurs. It makes me want to learn more about it. At the same time, it prevents me from ever having the sensation that I am merely going through the motions. It is enjoyable to come into a show with no idea how it will proceed. That vitality is contagious. Because of this, I am forced to pay attention, listen carefully, and respond truthfully. When it comes to a show, I believe that honesty is what keeps it going, and I also believe that people are able to recognize when something is genuine. At any point in time, if I had the impression that I was merely going through the motions or reciting lines, that would be my signal to pause and reconsider my actions. However, I am not present. I feel linked to the audience, which is another significant reason why I continue to be here. The fact that people trust me enough to bring me into their homes each morning is not something I take lightly. A few individuals have been keeping an eye on me ever since I first started working in this field. A few individuals discovered the show in more recent times. In either case, there is a relationship between the two. That connection is significant to me as well. I've heard from people throughout the years who say that the show was successful in assisting them in getting through difficult times. It has been brought to my attention that some individuals used to watch with their parents, but now they watch with their own children. Having such a high level of consistency is not typical. It possesses a great deal of power. In addition, it is one of the primary reasons that I continue to visit each time. Without a doubt, the people I collaborate with are also a source of inspiration for me. The task of hosting a morning program by oneself is not an easy one. To successfully collaborate, a large number of individuals are required, including but not limited to producers, writers, camera operators, crew members, and co-hosts. We work together to create something. There is a rhythm, trust, and common understanding that can only be achieved through years of working together. This is the only way that it can happen. Being in the company of people who are passionate about what they do inspires you to maintain your own passion. When members of a team collaborate well, they are able to generate new ideas. In addition to coming up with ideas and experimenting with new segments, we also occasionally take some risks. That zone for artistic expression maintains my curiosity, despite the fact that it is presented in a manner that people are already familiar with, and it gives me the impression that we are constantly creating something fresh. I'm not going to pretend that I don't ever even consider the future. I am indeed. These are the people who work in this industry. Television is constantly evolving. Those who observe the progression of events, the ways in which individuals use media are always evolving. My thoughts revolve around how to adapt, how to maintain my relevance, and how to expand my horizons. Planning to go, however, does not mean that you should be worrying about the future. It entails making a thoughtful and intentional decision about what follows after this. I also consider the need of striking a balance. The events that take place in front of the camera do not define who I am. I have one spouse. Yes, I am a mother. My friend is me. TV is not the only thing I enjoy. It is essential that you ensure that all of those components are functioning in a healthy manner in order to maintain your motivation. As long as I believe I will be able to continue working at this position, I am confident that I will be able to maintain that equilibrium. Additionally, you ought to have pleasure in the work that you accomplish. It may appear to be simple, yet it is in fact the case. I enjoy the conversations, the laughter, and the unexpected turns of events. The sensation of walking onto the set and being aware that for the next hour we will be doing something that is authentic and uncut is something that I enjoy. That feeling has not lessened with the passage of time. The situation has, if anything, gotten worse. There is a common misconception that after years of being in the air, the excitement must eventually fade away. In my case, it has not. It would appear that the burden is even greater than before. I have a better understanding of the platform that I am using. The conversations that we have with viewers are something that I think about more. This awareness, on the other hand, provides me with energy rather than draining it. Without a doubt, there have been instances in which the work has been challenging. The live television broadcast moves at a rapid pace. Focus, planning, and the capacity to recover quickly are all necessary components. But just because something is challenging does not necessarily mean that you are miserable. My decision to remain is due, in part, to the fact that I have been made to do so. Being challenged is a great way to progress. This job continues to challenge me in ways that keep me engaged in what I'm doing. Could the viewers anticipate that I will continue to host? For the time being, yes. In my thoughts, I do not have a timer displaying. When I wake up, I do not have a plan for how I will get out of here. Every morning when I wake up, I think about the topics that we are going to discuss for the day. Whenever I wake up, my first thought is on ways to make the show better. The fact that I am still interested is demonstrated by the manner that I think. Honestly, if I ever felt that flame wane, I would be honest about it. From the beginning, I've been of the opinion that viewers ought to be able to see everything. I wouldn't evaporate without a trace. I would not cause others to be perplexed. Well, I'm not quite there yet. My inspiration is still strong at this moment. In addition, it is essential to be aware that remaining does not imply being motionless. The performance is continuously evolving and growing better. We experiment with new things. We pay attention to what the people desire. The progression of events ensures that things remain fascinating. It gives the impression that staying is a decision rather than a rut at all. I've realized that the noise from the outside should not influence the decisions I make regarding my work. There is no way to avoid hearing rumors. People are going to speculate about you while you are in the spotlight. When it comes to my decision, however, the only things that truly matter are my perspective and the opinions of people who are closest to me. Furthermore, at this same moment, we are all in agreement that I am at the correct spot. In some ways, maintaining consistency is a very satisfying experience. The ability to maintain a continuous presence can be quite valuable in a world that appears to be constantly evolving. If listening in every morning may provide someone with a laugh, a respite, or an opportunity to interact with others, then I believe that it is worth it. Simply because of this, I keep coming back. In other words, when I talk about being motivated, I am not referring to the pursuit of headlines or the need to prove something. Happiness is the key to success. Being conscious of the fact that what I do is still significant is the key. Instead of feeling worried before you enter the studio, it is important to express gratitude for the opportunity. Would I ever make the decision to leave? Indeed it is. Every work is subject to a variety of shifts. On the other hand, that day will come about on its own, not as a result of rumors or expectations. This will take place when I am prepared to make a shift in the way that I live my life. I promise that when that time comes, I will be open and honest about it, just as I am right now. However, at this very moment, I am nothing but thinking about the here and now. Currently, I am contemplating the individuals that we have not yet extended a warm welcome to, the tales that we have not yet shared, and the discussions that we have not yet had. It is a powerful sensation to have the ability to accomplish things. After all these years, it makes me think that there is still more to see than I had anticipated. In case you are curious about whether I will be leaving or staying, I will tell you the truth. I will be staying because I continue to have pleasure in it. I am staying because I continue to have the impression that I am being pushed. For the time being, I will continue to be here since the connection I have with my audience is still very essential to me. In addition, as long as those reasons continue to be the same, you may anticipate finding me at the same location each morning, welcoming you with the same enthusiasm and gratitude that brought me here in the first place. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to our Kelly and Mark Official YouTube channel for more updated